Hello again, everyone. onlydraven here. This is, I believe, episode 6 in this series, so thank you so much for tuning in and continue watching me each week. This week is going to be a little bit different. I'm not going to have all the little different segments I normally do. This week we're kind of just going to talk about where I'm at and some changes that have happened to my diet and such over the past week. So, starting off, getting right into it, again, I'd like to thank everyone who's been following along, both with my videos here on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Reddit, and the different places that I post. I really appreciate hearing from you. I get a lot of questions and comments, and I love getting that feedback, and I love being able to help other people. That's the main reason I'm making these videos. So thank you so much for all the engagement and interacting with me. I appreciate it, and I look forward to speaking with even more of you. So this week, I went and I had my basically 1 month checkup. It was a couple days, less than a month, but it's my 1 month checkup at my doctor's, and I saw my nutritionist, commonly referred to as my nut, and I also saw an exercise coach because now I have an actual exercise routine that's been added to my weekly life here. So, beginning off, I'd like to talk about the wall, which is kind of what this episode was named. You may have noticed that in the title. The wall, or the plateau, is what happens to everyone at some point when they're dieting or making a life change or trying to lose weight. You will get to that point when that weight loss stops. And as of this past week, I have hit my first wall. I have not lost any weight in the last week and a half since I was at the doctor's last. I haven't really gained, which is good. I think I'm down a ½ pound total. But I haven't lost any weight. I've stayed plateaued, which can be a little discouraging. We all go through it at one point or another, and it'll eventually end, and I'll have another one down the road, if not many. It is a common part of any type of diet or healthy lifestyle, that plateau where you just don't see improvement for a while. And I was a little concerned. I did reach out to my doctors and was like, hey, I know that this happens, but it seems like it's happening a little early in the process for me. I'm only 2.5, 3 weeks out from my surgery, and I've already stopped losing weight. Am I doing something wrong? And over the phone, the nurse that I spoke with was like, yes, you're weighing yourself too much. You're weighing yourself every day. You need to stop that. You need to focus on being healthy, following the plan, getting in the correct amount of carbs and fats and proteins, and you need to stop worrying on the day-to-day. There will be fluctuations. That was a couple days before my most recent appointment, and I went in on my appointment this past Monday. Speaking with them at my office, and again, for those of you who may not have seen some of my earlier videos, I'm out of Knoxville, Tennessee, and I use the New Life Center, which is out of the Tenova Hospital in the west end of Knoxville, the Turkey Creek area. And there's the surgeon's office and the doctor's office that I go through, and they provide nutritionists, exercise coaches, all the stuff. Everything's through them. They're an amazing group of people. They've been overwhelmingly supportive and helpful. They never hesitate to answer my questions. I always get a quick call back if I call them. So if you're in this area, or you're considering traveling even to get a surgery done, I cannot recommend my group higher. Not only that, my surgeons offer some surgeries that, just from talking on different support groups, that aren't offered in a lot of other places in the country. I see a lot about the sleeve and the gastric bypass, but what I had was a BPD-DS, which is a biliary pancreatic diversion with duodenal switch. And the duodenal switch, I've seen some people who've had that, but very rarely do I see someone's had the BPD. And speaking with my doctor's office, I found that it's still not a very common. In fact, my surgeons are some of the top, and they're constantly having other doctors come in, surgeons come in who are watching and assisting and learning how to do these surgeries, as they are a bit more advanced. They have a bit more success rate, but it's also a bit more permanent and with a lot more restrictions. So if you're looking for all of your different options, I definitely recommend checking them out. Again, I'm going to put the name right up here, one of these corners. Definitely check them out. I'll also put a link to their website in the description of this video, so if you'd like a direct link to them, please go there and check that out. There's 2 doctors out of there, and my surgeon was Dr. Williams, and he was amazing. I have nothing but positive stuff to say out of that office. So back to my plateau, if you will. I've hit my wall, and I was told by my nutritionist and the exercise coach that I spoke with, both said the same thing. I shouldn't worry about it. That normally with the surgery that I have had, after 1 month post-surgery, their goal is for me to have lost, I believe they said 19% of my excess body weight. Now that's including weight lost before the surgery and then the 1 month after the surgery. The goal is for me to have hit 19% loss. That's 1 month post-surgery. 2 weeks post-surgery, my first checkup, I was already down 29% of my excess body weight. So not only had I reached their 1 month goal 2 weeks early, I kind of blew it out of the water. I'm way past where they hope for me to be. Now that's not bad, but that does mean that I've hit that wall or that plateau a little bit earlier than some other folks do, because the body can only lose a lot of weight for so long before it has to stop and take a break. Whether it goes into a starvation mode or starts storing up liquids, it's going to try to hold on because it thinks something is wrong. It's not used to losing that much. It will end. It can sometimes take a bit of time. And if you had the surgery, then you know what I'm talking about. If you're looking to have the surgery, it's something you have to expect going into this. There will be times where you will still not lose weight, and it will be frustrating. It can be scary. You know, I spent a lot of time on this surgery. I spent a lot of money. My life has changed. I'm giving up a lot of the stuff I like, and I'm not getting those results consistently. You have to be willing to accept these times that they're going to come, and that you're going to get through them. It's going to happen. It's going to be frustrating, but the best thing you can do is stick to the diet plan that you've been put on. Take your vitamins. Do whatever exercising you've been advised by your doctor to do. Follow the plan that's been set out for you, and you will get through the wall. You will eventually break it down. Or in my case, like a fat-ass Kool-Aid man, I'm going to bust through that thing and come out the other side even better. So definitely see me with an "Oh Yeah" t-shirt coming up here soon. I think I'm going to make one of those. It's going to happen. It'll take a little work, it'll take a little time, but I feel a lot better after talking to my nutritionist, and I do recommend, again, if you're hitting that point, you're not sure you're doing things right, you know, there's a lot of great support groups out there. There's a lot of great online resources, but before you change anything, reach out to your doctor. You're on a plan for a reason. They've worked with this a very long time. They know what they're doing, and they have your best interest at heart. Check with them before making any changes. I am not a doctor. The things that I describe are what I've been told to do by my doctor. That may not be what's right for you on your surgery. So please reach out to your doctor's office and your nutritionist before making any changes or doing anything different than what they have advised you to do. So I don't have any weight loss to report this week, but I do have some changes. My lifting restriction, which I wasn't supposed to lift over 10 pounds, that ended today. Today is Wednesday, April the 26th, 2017. So not only did my restrictions end, but today my exercise regimen kicked in. Meeting with my exercise coach, I was put on a specific exercise regimen that I am to do at this point 2 to 3 times a week. I was given a handy little handout that has multiple pages on it. It has multiple exercises, and it tells me that I'm to do at least 30 minutes of cardio 2 to 3 times a week. And then it also lists different exercises, and they're set into groups, and I'm to do 1 or 2 of each group, and I get to choose which ones I want to do. I actually just got home from the gym from doing that, and I am sore as hell, both physically and mentally. Physically because I lifted up a bunch of heavy shit, and then I put it back down again. Okay? I'm sore mentally because it has always been a pet peeve of mine that I am paying somebody to pick up their heavy shit and then put it back down again. I don't even get to put it somewhere else. I have to pick up their heavy stuff, and then I'm supposed to put it right back where I got it. That seems a waste of time to me. Why am I picking up heavy things and then putting them right back down? It does not make sense. And then I get on a treadmill. Treadmill cardio, I've done that more often. I'm used to that. But I still feel silly walking and not going anywhere. Like, I walked for 30 minutes and I'm in the same place as I started. I don't feel like I went anywhere. And I know that I did, and I got some exercise. But it just feels silly. And I'm watching television, and I'm listening to music, and I'm watching NCIS, and suddenly Gibbs turns left. If I'm not paying attention and I follow Gibbs to see where he's going, I might fall flat on my ass on that treadmill, fly into the wall, and then I got a whole different video going on. So the gym can be a dangerous place, but mentally it stresses me out because I just don't like picking up people's other stuff and then putting it back where it was. At least let me tidy it up a little bit or something. But at the gym, I did that, worked out, did all the exercises I was supposed to. I want to say there were about 12 to 14 different exercises that I did 10 to 15 reps of each. After 2 weeks, I will increase that to 2 sets of 10 to 15 reps. And increasing weight accordingly as I need to. I should be able to do at least 10, but by the time I get to 15, it should be a struggle, is kind of the directive I was given. And if it starts to become too easy, I need to increase the weight, or after 2 weeks, increase the amount of reps that I do. So I'm sore, and I'm going to be way more sore tomorrow. I've done this in the past. I know it always hurts more later, but this will help, hopefully, me get through that wall. If nothing else, it should give me some muscle so I can throw myself through that damn wall, but I'm going to get through it eventually. It can only help. There'll be some muscle gain, but sticking with my diet and sticking with this, I have no doubts that I will get through the other side. Now, the other thing that kind of changed a little bit, they did change some of my medications a little bit. I was taking a prescription vitamin D pill. I no longer have to take that. I was also taking a prescription B1 pill, which I do not have to take either. So that's 2 more pills off the list. And as I mentioned in my last video, I dropped one of my blood pressure medications, so that's great. The multivitamin that I take, the horse pills, that I've been cutting in half, I'm now able to swallow those whole, which is great, because now it's just 8 pills instead of 16 or 32, depending on how many times I had to cut them. So I get through my vitamins much easier through the day. It doesn't take as long. It doesn't seem like such a chore. So light at the end of the tunnel there. So I'm happy with that. Several of the medications I'm taking, like Prilosec, to keep from getting an ulcer, and I'm taking one called Ursodiol, and that's to keep from gallstones. Those I'll take for 4 months after the surgery. Once that's up, that's 2 more that I'll get to drop off. So looking forward to that. The other thing that's changed is the diet. They opened up a couple additional things that I can have now. I'm able to have some sandwich meats, and I'm able to have some cheese. So last night for dinner, I literally took a piece of string cheese, light string cheese, and I wrapped a piece of turkey sandwich meat around it, and I microwaved it. Cut it up, ate it one stick, one meat, and I was stuffed by the time it was done. I couldn't have eaten a second one if I wanted to. And that seems like such a small amount of food. When I used to eat those cheese snacks before the surgery, way back, man, I'd take 2 or 3 out of the fridge at a time. I'd eat half a pack. One and a piece of sandwich meat, I was stuffed. So that made me feel really good. It's good to know that, okay, my stomach's smaller. I know I'm not taking in too much food because I just can't eat it. So that's awesome. I have been also told to start cutting out the Gatorades, the G2 that I've been drinking, as well as the fruit juices. I was drinking those in the first 2 phases to get in my carbs every day, because I have to have between 30 and 60 carbs. But coming up here, now that I'm eating more food, I'm going to be getting my carbs out of the food. So they want me to cut back on the high-carb drinks in order to be able to focus on getting that from my meals. I'm still on phase 2 right now, which is the puree phase. And I'm on that phase, they told me, until May 12th. Actually, May 11th, but I'm taking my wife to a concert in Atlanta on the 11th. So I'm going to start on the 12th. But on the 12th, I moved to phase 3, which is exciting. Phase 3, no longer do I have to worry about pureed foods. It opens up several new things for me, such as ground beef. It's the only red meat that I get to add. Nothing else beyond that, but it does give ground beef, which gives some more options. I can have sausages, things like that. All seafood, all fish, don't have to puree any of those things. I can have a protein bar, but the protein bar would be eaten as one of my meals. If I really want it, I can start adding in cooked vegetables as long as they're not starch vegetables, so no potatoes, corn, or peas. Although there was no fear I was going to eat peas. That's just the nastiest stuff ever. But no corn and no potatoes. But I can have all the vegetables, and I can have fruit. There's no limitations on the type of fruit that I can have. My meals need to be at least 50% protein. That's a requirement. My serving sizes do increase from the 1.5 ounces I'm eating now to 2 to 3 ounces per meal. I'm still going to hold my liquids while I'm eating and for 30 minutes after, so that way I can allow the space in my stomach for the food. But I'm going to get to have a little bit more and a little bit tastier things. I'm going to continue to drink my protein shakes because I'm still required to get the 90 grams of protein a day, and I won't get that just from the food alone. So that's what I heard from my doctor this week. I will not see them again for another, I believe it's 3 months, at which point we'll look into going into phase 4 and making some more changes. So since I'll be moving to phase 3 on May 12th, phase 3 allows me to start using some of those recipes that I've been finding on the internet and that I've been sharing with you in the different cookbooks in previous videos. So I'm very excited about that, because that means hopefully within the first week or two after May 12th, I'll be able to start putting out some videos showing some of the new recipes, actually cooking them, trying them. Whether they'll actually be cooking videos or not, we'll have to see. I've never made one of those, but we'll give it a shot. But we'll definitely give some feedback on different recipes and what I've tried, and some recommendations, pros and cons of some of the meals we've had. I'm also going to make a point whenever I do that to specifically list the nutritional value per serving. A lot of the recipes I find do not show that. So I'm going to calculate all that information and provide it for you, so you'll know based on the diets you've been provided from your doctor whether or not this is a meal that you can incorporate into your diet. So definitely look forward to that. That's a few weeks out though, but it'll be nice to start cooking and doing some stuff like that again, both for myself and my family, but also to share those experiences with you. So at this point, I'm just kind of sum up everything, and we'll call it a quits for the day. I am not losing weight currently, but I am also not losing hope. I have hit the wall. I am on a plateau, but I'm going to stick with what I'm doing. I'm going to keep plugging away. I'm going to do the exercises, even though I'm picking up other people's stuff, but I'm going to keep doing it, going to the gym, and I'm eventually going to break through, and I'm excited when that happens, and I'll be able to share that victory with all of you as well. So please stay tuned to all my future videos as well, so you can see that information I get, things I've done that'll help out. I'm going to share everything I can with you. Again, if you have any questions or specific comments, feel free to put them in the comment section of this video, or on my Facebook page. There's a link to all my social media in the description of the video as well. You're going to get a chance. If you ask a question, I'm happy to answer it. If it's a question you'd rather me not use your name, just let me know that in there. I can put it anonymous or send me a direct message. Happy to answer your questions. Please remember to like this video if you enjoyed it, and subscribe to the channel. That way you'll see all my videos as they come out. And if you enjoy it, or you know other people who might benefit from these type of videos, please feel free to share them on your social media pages as well, Facebook and things. Definitely have anything I can do to try to help or motivate or even inspire. I've had a lot of comments say that seeing my videos make other people feel good about the situations they're in their surgeries, and some people say they found it inspiring, and that is the best compliment I can get. It's why I'm doing these videos, to help other people who are going to go through or have been through what I'm going through, and try to share this experience. So maybe it's just not a little bit as scary for you as it was for me going into it a little bit blindly. And anything I can do to help you with that, feel free to reach out to me. I'm happy to do so. So excellent. Thanks for tuning in. Keep watching, and I'll definitely put another one of these out next week, and I look forward to seeing you then. Thank you.